Nikola Jokic is an NBA superstar and back-to-back MVP. But there's a whole lot about the guy that I bet you don't know. What's his secret addiction? What EuroLeague team gave up on him? And what record did he break in just 14 minutes? Here's 7 things you didn't know about Nikola Jokic. Now for my man Jokic, it wasn't really hard to find his favorite sport because both his older brothers, who are both 10 years older than him, also were basketball players. His oldest brother, Strahinja, played basketball in Europe, while his other older brother, Nemanja, played basketball at the University of Detroit. So of course Jokic was going to gravitate towards the hardwood. Also, his brothers were actually close friends with the infamous Darko Milicic, who most will remember for being taken in the 2003 draft over future Hall of Famers Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade and multiple-time All-Star Chris Bosh. Sure, Jokic is an NBA star now, but from his appearance, he doesn't really have the physique you would expect from an NBA player, especially when he got first drafted. And there's a reason my guy had some baby fat when he first got drafted to the NBA. Number 6. Addiction. Jokic always had a weight problem. In fact, Jokic was so overweight and out of shape that when he was first discovered by Serbian club Megabasket, his agent Misko Raznatovic alleged that his conditioning was so bad that he couldn't even do a single push-up. But looking at his before and after pictures of how he looks now compared to when he first got to the league, man, something had to have changed. And Jokic knows the reason for his transformation very well. Giving an interview in Serbia in January 2022, the Serbian star made it clear that when he first came over to the US, he knew he had to prioritize his physique. I used to drink 2 or 3 liters of Coke every day. I took my last Coke while flying to the USA, and then I didn't drink it again. 2 to 3 liters of Coke every day? My God. We found the man who made Warren Buffett rich, guys. But jokes aside, I gotta give my man Joker some props on this one. Because Jokic got rid of this addiction and committed 100% to working on his body and lost 35 pounds. And I'm sure conditioning in the crazy altitude in Denver didn't hurt his stamina either. Jokic is the poster child for hard work pays off. From being unknown to scouts at age 17 playing for a second-tier team in a tiny Serbian club, to playing for a Serbian giant Megabasket, to being overlooked as a second-round pick and eventually becoming an all-NBA player and back-to-back MVP. Jokic always punished his doubters and put the work in to be successful. Jokic will never be built like LeBron James. That's just not his body type. But his skill, touch, passing, rebounding, and shooting for a 7-footer are elite, and his now impressive endurance and stamina that he has painstakingly built up over the years took him over the top to become MVP. But Jokic's epic journey to NBA MVP could have ended up totally different because Jokic almost signed a contract with the EuroLeague team instead of going to the NBA. Number 5. Jokic gets passed on. Being born in Serbia and quickly growing to almost 7 feet tall at a young age, Jokic was naturally in the spotlight early as a young player in Europe. After being discovered by Misko Raznatovic and Serbian basketball club Megabasket, Jokic attracted the attention of Barcelona of La Liga ACB, the best pro league in Spain for those who don't know. Barca was very interested in the young talent, and some Barca scouts came to watch him play in a game for his original pro team. In fact, Barca was so intrigued by Jokic that according to Raznatovic, the transfer terms were already agreed to and only the final details needed to be worked out after watching Jokic play. But Barca suddenly gave up on recruiting Jokic. And the main reason Barcelona didn't want him anymore was because the dude absolutely stunk it up on the court when the team scouts came to watch him play. He played his worst game since arriving at Mega and then reverted to his fat boy tendencies, having, quote, the most lethargic day of lethargic days of practice ever, according to his agent, where he didn't even want to move. After that, Barca wanted to take a minute to think it over, and in that time when they were mulling over whether or not it was worth signing Jokic, his agent said F it and took him to Denver in the NBA. Man, I wonder what Barcelona's managers think every time they watch Jokic play in the league now. Y'all fumbled the big bag in a huge way, man, but that's the way she goes. That's destiny, and that's the beauty of life, isn't it? Barcelona may have not believed in Jokic, but an even better door opened up to make the NBA, and Denver drafted the slightly overweight Jokic at number 47 in the second round. According to his agent, it was best for Jokic to come to America because he may not have done so well in the higher level Euro teams as they have a different style of play. As other European stars like Luka Doncic have said in the past, the play style in the US is much more free and easier than the game in Europe. The game in Europe is much stricter and much more about team basketball. So after eventually earning a starting spot in Denver, Jokic got straight to ballin' and breaking records. Number 4. Record breaking. Jokic recorded a triple-double with 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in 14 minutes and 33 seconds against the Milwaukee Bucks in 2018, and this etched his name in history, recording the fastest triple-double ever. Nikola Jokic did this in 14 minutes and 33 seconds, breaking Jim Tucker's previous record that was 17 minutes. If you don't remember Jim Tucker's name, don't beat yourself up, man, because Tucker set this record in 1955. Hey, Grandpa, you remember Jim Tucker? But that's not the only record my man Jokic has broken. The Serbian star is the only NBA player ever to reach at least 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a single season, and has the highest single-season player efficiency rating in NBA history with 32.85. Of course, Denver had to give my man the big bucks so that such a special player would not go to another team. Jokic signed a $264 million Supermax contract extension in July, which secured the major bag and is the biggest contract in league history. My man got a $250 million in one deal. Man, I know Scottie Pippen is salty right now, man, but my dude Jokic definitely deserves it. Number 3, family. My man Jokic needed all that money because he's not just a basketball player, but also a loyal husband and father. Jokic's beautiful wife, Natalia Makasic, is his childhood sweetheart, much like Luka Jokic with his girlfriend. The two have been together since they were about 16 years old, and this cute couple married in Jokic's hometown of Sombor in October 2020. In 2021, the couple welcomed their first child, a daughter named Onjena, which means fiery in Serbian. Nikola's wife, Natalia, is a Serbian psychologist. This is because Natalia is known for her extreme secrecy regarding her personal life and relationship with Nikola, but being the wife of the league's MVP will always draw attention no matter how hard you try to be secretive. But what we do know very well is how much Nikola loves her and how loyal he is to her. How do we know this, you might ask? Well, let's check it out in number 2. Hey yo, have you ever seen someone wearing jewelry during an NBA game? You probably think about someone wearing chains like Allen Iverson, but if you look close enough, you'll see that Nikola does wear jewelry. My man is faithful, as he's been lacing up his wedding band on his sneakers every single game of his career. Aw, that's so cute. Hey Natalia, this man really loves you, and I'm so sorry to all the beautiful ladies who want to get with Jokic, but you're not very noticeable to my man. This dude is loyal to his wife. But while Jokic certainly loves her very much, he has another thing that he loves so much that it's become almost an obsession: horses. That's right, Jokic owns his own racehorse named Dreamcatcher, and he spoke to reporter Nick Kosmeter about his love of horses in 2020. You get to see how they work out, that they are basically like us. They are athletes, sprinters. They are magnificent creatures. His head coach Mike Malone told ESPN that Jokic often spends his free time flipping through books about horses. And former teammate Gary Harris Jr. added that Jokic gets this calming expression and feeling wash all over his face whenever he talks about horses, and you can just tell that he loves them. I wonder, is Jokic thinking about what the horses are doing during his games? Anyway, that's about it, man. That's 7 things you did not know about Nikola Jokic. If you enjoyed the video, learned something new, or just hated my pronunciation of all these hard-ass names, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and that bell icon too for notifications. Peace and love, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.